Alright guys, in this one I'm going to show you how to do silky smooth white and really sharp yellow in just 2 minutes. And I'm not lying this time. Or am I? So a couple of months ago I was invited to do a collab by Sean from the Last Alliance Noobs and Men. The challenge was for everyone to do their own variety of canned. I was really keen for this. I've always wanted to paint up some Khandish Warriors. However, I've always wanted to do them nice and light colours, unlike Games Workshop, much like my Harad army. So I thought this was a perfect opportunity to try and solve 2 of the hardest colours to paint. I want to show you how to speed paint white and yellow really fast and still get decent results. And I think I've cracked it. So without further ado, let's get started. So you know me, I'm one of the first people to ridicule all these new fancy techniques. Zenithal highlighting, slap chopping, deck punching, whatever they call it these days. However, I wanted to test out this new white scar paint that I'd picked up because I heard it was really good, and I had some grey sear needing using up as well. So unfortunately I need to break my rules and zenithal highlight these miniatures. So the first thing I'm going to do is give the entire miniature a covering of grey sear, and maybe even do a second coat just to make sure everything is covered, as when you're using grey sear on resin it can be quite hard to tell if you've actually sprayed it all or not. Thankfully these canned boys are cast in metal and not fail cast, so it's a lot easier to see what you're spraying. So next up is getting the miniature a wee zenithal highlight. We take the white scar spray and spray it down from above. Try to keep it away from the miniature so we don't cover the entire miniature in the white, so we have a difference in tone between the 2 different colours of spray paint. And that is us done with the first part of this technique. So guys, this is where it gets interesting. We've got our zenithal done. If you really want to know how long the base coat is, it was only 42 seconds. 42?! I don't normally time the base coat layer, so feel free to add that on if you want, but I'm going to be resetting the clock back to 0. We now have our man here, and I'm going to show you how to get crisp white and yellow in 2 minutes. Let's go. So these are all the paints you're going to need for this technique. I'll just add a list of them on the screen now. So we're going to go for our contrast medium and our apothecary white contrast paint first. We're going to be mixing them in a 3:1 ratio, so that's 3 parts medium to 1 part apothecary white. Just going to start the timer and apply that mixture to everywhere on the miniature that is going to be white. Try not to get this in the area that you're going to be doing any colour on, as it will affect the colour later down the line. As you can see from this test miniature, it doesn't look that great if you get the grey into where the colour's going to be. The apothecary grey and the imperial fist yellow has kind of mingled to make this horrible kind of colour, so make sure you're accurate when applying this layer. So I'm just finishing off the rest of this miniature, including the flag. I don't want to forget that, and stop the timer once that's finished. If you notice you made any mistakes or put too much of the grey on, you can always use a bit of kitchen roll to suck the excess off. If you pardon the pardon. So there we go, that's the white all done. I think it's looking pretty cracking. Only 1 minute and 2 seconds, or only 1 minute and 42 seconds. I'm pretty impressed with that. However, there is something you can do to take it up to the next level, which I'll just show you now.
Hello, this is I, Gandalf the White, and I thought it would be a great idea for me to pop in and tell you how to take your white to the next level. It's really simple. All you do is dry brush. Easy peasy. Or, if you're an absolute sadist, you can edge highlight, but that'll take longer.
So, we're done with the white. Let me know what you think. I think for 1 minute 48, that is absolutely banging. So what I'm going to show you now is how to do the yellow, and believe it or not, it's even easier, and I think we can do it in a minute. Let's get cracking. So all I'm doing is taking my Imperial Fist yellow contrast paint. I'm absolutely loving this stuff. It gives such a good result. However, when you have done your white, you need to be very careful not to go over it, because if you do, it's going to take a lot to fix it, so you need to be extremely careful from now on. Just filling in all the different parts of the miniature that I want to be yellow with this contrast paint. Simple as that, super easy, takes no time at all. Then for the banner, I wanted to do some kind of freehandy type thing, so I just kind of googled Japanese symbols and picked one that I liked and adapted it to my colour scheme. Also like to apologise for the state of my hair and beard coming up. Rest assured that I have had a haircut since. Right, now, you could argue that that is done, but to make it properly good, nice yellow, we need the secret ingredient. Casadora yellow. Just add this into the recesses and around the dots and all the different bits of armour, and it will take it from that to something a lot better. Let me just show you now. Then we're taking the Khandish yellow, and all we're doing is just putting it into the very recesses of the armour. This will create some nice shading. If you want to be a bit lazier, you could do 2 parts lamium medium to 1 part Khandish yellow and just do a full wash over the whole thing. That is another way of doing it. But as we'd saved so much time doing this method already, I was happy to take the extra time to just make sure and get the Khandish yellow where I wanted it in all the recesses. So there we go, guys. 2 minutes a piece. Yellow, nice and smooth, buttery smooth, and the yellow is looking awesome. What I'll do now is I'll just finish up the rest of the miniature so you can get a better idea of what it'll look like and put it in with the rest of them. So here is the finished product. I think the white and yellow look really nice. I'm not saying it's the best white in the world, but for the amount of time that's gone into this, I do think it is very acceptable. However, there are some caveats with this technique. One is you need to start with a white base coat. I generally really don't like starting with a light base coat. I find it really hard to do all the different colours like the browns and the silvers and stuff, and if you miss a bit it leaves a horrible white mark. It's not for me, but for this technique you have to live with it. Secondly, probably cost. You need 2 cans of spray paint for this. You need to do the zenithal, otherwise I don't think you get the shadows and the recesses the way that you want. I've tried it without the zenithal and it just didn't look the same. There was just something a bit off about it. I think it was that the shadows were not as nice in the recesses. I've not actually used this on anything with armour yet, so like say like some white Scar Space Marines, that was something I'll maybe need to try out just to make sure this technique works on smooth plates, because so far I've only tried it on things with cloth. So now that you've seen my can, I'm going to show you a couple other things that I've used this white on. Here is a Kurdan. As you can see, it works pretty well. It works really nice with the red on the belt, and you can see from his hair it also works really nicely on his hair. Also used this white technique on my Gondolin elves. I think the white with this light blue colour looks absolutely fantastic, and then a wee contrasting red and orange gems in the shield really brings it all together. I will do a full video on my Gondolin elves at some point. I just need to finish this banner. As you can see in the background is completely empty still. And here is Eowyn. This is an example of one where I mixed a 1:4 ratio, the contrast medium. It actually gave a good enough result that I didn't even need to dry brush or edge highlighter. So it is possible, if you don't like dry brushing or edge highlighting, to just do the wash part. You just need to dilute it down a bit more to get the better result. Also, you can see Eowyn's hair is quite good. This is also super simple when you have this base coat. All I used was a wash of Seraphim Sepia, and then I went back with another wash, but only washed in the recesses of the hairs to give it a nice kind of darker tone in the recesses. As you can see, this is an example of what happens when I make a mistake. There's a big patch where I've accidentally got the sepia on her robe. It looks like she's spilt egg on it. It will be an absolute pain to fix this, but you know, I will do it. So guys, let me know in the comments if you think this technique is worth anything at all. I think for the time invested, the result you get is cracking, but I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. And of course, a huge thank you to my Patreons. The support I get has really motivated me to smash out some more videos. If you're looking to join, the link is in the description. The Discord is super active, where I'm always in there and we're always sitting chatting to each other most nights. And of course, everyone else that watches and likes my videos, thank you so much for the support. It's fantastic. I love sharing my passion with you guys. Makes it all worthwhile. After you finish my video, remember to head over to the playlist and check out all the other creators' videos. They've done some absolutely amazing work on these Khandish Warriors. So many different colour schemes and miniatures and techniques. You're going to have a great time. Thanks for watching, everybody. And transition. I am a YouTuber. Enough of that shit. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and remember to give my bell a good old ring. Wow. Ah, for fuck's sake, not you again. Did you really just put contrast paint over a white base coat and frame it as an advanced time-saving technique? What an absolute chancer you are. Why you have to go and waste everyone's time? Everybody knows that. Yeah, but I did do the zenithal highlight. That added a little bit.
Ooh, a zenithal highlight! Ooh, fucking check you out, aren't you a fucking fancy pants? Fucking zenithal highlight! Ooh!
Well, come on. I did at least do the Cassandora pin wash. That until the recesses. That's something I've not seen before.
Oh, a yellow wash over some yellow paint? Fucking whoop they fucking do. You are an absolute disgrace. What the hell is wrong with you? You should get yourself to absolute fuck. You should not be telling people how to paint on YouTube.
Right, I've had enough of your fucking shit. Let's just fuck it. Okay, this is a kind of live action you get for joining the Patreon. The new flavour of Iron Brew.
You should have put it in one of your whiskey glasses and nosed it then.
There we go. You happy now?
Is it still orange?
Yeah, it's still orange. Getting notes of Iron Brew. Oh no, it's everywhere.
Hello, this is I, Gandalf the White, and I'm used to develop. Oh, fucking fuck, damn you, Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck's sake. Can kill a Balrog, but I can't do a voice line.
Time to do a talking head. Let's give John a volcano on his face. Look at that. Fuck's sake, man. Ugh. It's fucking disgusting. So, these are all the paints you're going to need for this technique. Jesus. Oh, fuck. Yeah. What's the third? There was 3. What was the other disadvantage? I'm sure there was a third disadvantage.